Okay, so just briefly, in the medium term, we'll be turning our attention to PR and marketing, and as you can see there as well, hopefully winning awards. I won an award for the best brand for What's On For Me after only 3 or 4 months of operating, because we had had such a huge marketing campaign. The What's On For Me brand is very, very well known across County Durham. We sponsored a number of events. We sponsored the County Durham Awards and the Hartlepool Beer Festival. And we distribute our leaflets across all the tourist information centres, the leisure centres. And so that's the type of thing that you would be doing in the medium term. You'd be building a sales team, you'd be promoting your company, you'd be networking with local businesses, and doing a lot of marketing. Okay, so in the longer term, you will be in the position where once you've got a few hundred, maybe 1,000 listings on there, and you have your visitor numbers up to, 200, maybe 300 visitors a day coming to the site. And the site will be self-generating in terms of listings. Now at that point, you may want to reduce your team size, or you may want to keep it the same. But at that point as well, we'll be looking for bigger sponsorship and PR opportunities. The area obviously has some county level events which you can get What's On For Me involved with, and begin to promote What's On For Me at a much higher level. But the most exciting thing about the long term, well, they're not so long term now, is by the end of this year, we will have the What's On For Me 2011 awards in full swing. We will begin the process shortly, and this in itself will attract thousands of people to the site to nominate their local activity providers and to vote as well. We'll have obviously the communities in which they're in will want to come to the site and vote for them. And as well, it will also give us a chance to reward the local community activity providers who obviously do a lot in their community in order to provide services and activities for the visitors. So that's something else that we could look forward to. And I've just got a message here from Sam Willoughby talking about the Junior Awards. And Sam says that in 10 days of voting on the Junior websites, we've now had nearly 11,000 votes, which is absolutely amazing. 11,000 votes. That's over 1,000 votes a day. Absolutely, absolutely brilliant. Okay, so I'm just going to come back in here again. And so hopefully what I've done is to give you a flavour of how we can reduce the stress and the work and the deadlines and the money worries and the general worries and maybe the guilt of not being, there with the children or spending time with friends and family. Hopefully I've given you an insight into how you can take your current way of working and to have a choice and to look at a different way of working, because it is possible. A lot of people do get sort of stuck into the way of working, and they need options and they need opportunities. And I hope that I've shown you that you can work flexibly, you can reprioritise your family, that you can bring it back into the picture, and you can create your own future. You can be master of your own destiny, financially as well, and in the process have fun. So I really do hope that I've given you a flavour of that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to throw open the floor to everybody here and just take some questions. I'm not going to turn on the mics because if everybody speaks at once, then we're not gonna hear the questions. So if you do have a question, then pop it into the chat window, and I'll answer some of those. We do have, if I look back, we've still got a couple of questions from people, and a number of other alternatives as well have been looked into for franchising. It seems that people have looked at coffee houses and direct sales as well. And again, as I said, with both of those options, you're looking at premises, you're looking at all kinds of different types of insurance, you're looking at stock, you're looking at vehicles, you're looking at closing times and disappointing customers. And so, yeah, I really hope that I've shown that I've given what's on for me a fair appraisal in terms of the comparison with other franchises that people are looking at. Okay, so we've got a question here from Catherine. It says, do you need to live in the county you represent? It's advantageous to live in the county that you represent. But if you border another county, or if you're familiar with another county, then you don't need to. You can actually run a county by not actually living in it. But, you know, we can talk in detail more about that and what the advantages and disadvantages of that would be. So we have a question from Louise as well. Is the training ongoing, and long is the support? How long is the support for? Do you pay any monthly management fees? Okay, in terms of the monthly management fees, if you haven't already had a prospectus yet, I will send one to you. The monthly fees are 10% of your income that comes into the county. And there are no other fixed fees with that. It's 10% of the income that you generate. In terms of training, training, as I said, normally takes about 20 to 25 hours. And but obviously that will continue for as long as necessary. If we have to do 30 hours, we do 30 or 40. If it takes 20, then that's fine. That's good all round. But there is continued support. I'm available on many days a week at different times. And outside of that, I mean, I'm always contactable, either through the power of Skype or email, or, you know, just a phone call away. So you really do have, you know, full sort of access to support. And again, you know, if we progress down the road, then, you know, you can speak to the current franchisees and see from their perspective as well what the support has been like. So there's really no worries with that. I'll just have a look for another question here. How often have you met with customers in County Durham? I tend to meet customers probably about once every 3 weeks, to be honest. I would leave the house to meet a customer, I would say about once every 3, maybe 4 weeks. It tends to be with sort of bigger customers that you would make arrangements to meet them. And not always. A lot of business is conducted via the telephone. Initially through email, but then via the telephone. And if need be, you can go and see them, because, you know, when people are paying a lot of money, they usually like to, you know, see a face. So yeah, probably about every 3 weeks, I would say. In terms of as a franchisee, do you pay your sales team directly? You do. Yeah, the sales team work on commission. They work on 40% commission. There's no basic fixed amount with them. It's 40% of the sales that they make. And for good salespeople, that works out really well. I mean, if you can, you know, again, compare that with, you know, many of the sort of direct sales companies that people may currently be involved with. 40% commission is quite a rewarding amount. Now then, I'll just, we don't need any special equipment at all. The equipment that we use is simply PCs and laptops. We do all of our telephone calls through Skype. So basically, if you have a PC or a laptop and a connection to the internet, then you're in business. Obviously, you'll need to set up stationery-wise, and in terms of accounting, and to have the administrative processes managed well. But in terms of specialist equipment, no, there's no specialist equipment. Okay, well, I think we've answered most of the questions there. Just looking through the chat window there for any further ones. Okay, so if you do have any further questions, that's fine. You can get in touch with me after the presentation, or you can email me when you have the questions, and I can send you a prospectus, which again will probably answer quite a few of the questions that you have. Okay, so in closing, I do just want to reiterate some of the things that I've just said. What's Something Me provides a flexible, successful business for you and your family. It definitely reduces workplace stress because you are working from home. Again, it positions you in the heart of the community. You really do feel like you're providing a badly needed service, because for people who move into an area or find themselves looking for things to do, it's, as you know yourself, it's very, very difficult. You're looking at notice boards and printed programs which are out of date before they're printed. So the role that we play in the community by the service we provide is quite central. And as well, you're also networking with lots and lots of local businesses. They do want to have a presence on the site, and they do come to you. So you're building local networks rapidly because it is such a centralised service. And the rewards are both financial and personal. And it does give you the work-life balance that we do all strive for. Okay, so in conclusion, about the next steps, if you haven't already downloaded a prospectus, then you can email me on marilyn@whatsomethingme.co.uk. If you have already got a prospectus and you want more information now about your county, specifically about its availability and cost, or any other queries, then you can contact me again on the email and the telephone numbers there. Hopefully you haven't missed anything of the presentation that we've had, but I will be emailing out a link of this recording, so if there is anything that you've missed, then you will be able to see it on there. Okay, so I look forward to speaking to you soon, and email me or call me, and we can discuss things further. But thank you very much for being able to make it tonight, and I hope to speak to you all soon in the very near future.